Yeah, one of the things too, I think that you picked the right singer for the tracks as well. And
Well, I'll tell you something about Katon. Katon is when we brought him up here the first time, we gave him 150% freedom to do whatever he wanted.
mhm.
He came in with an empty slate. He barely even heard the songs he was about to sing on, and he barely even had read any of the lyrics. He just came up and honestly did a really, really, really fine job. He's never sung like this before. It's kind of like a new Katon. You know what I mean? And we gave him free reign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one of the interesting things is that he has a little bit more of a, there's certain parts of the songs that he has more of, he uses kind of more of his melodic side of his singing voice.
Oh, just wait till you hear the rest.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I think that really that's kind of what blew me away, because I've never really heard him sing the way that he does on these two tracks, at least so far that have come out. And I think that it fit really well with the music.
Yep.
Well, that's just kind of like how the production style went, you know. I mean, I had most of the lyrics figured out, you know, like the Addicted to Power song. I think that was the first one we did, or was it? I don't remember.
With Katon? With Katon?
Yeah, and I already had the lyrics already written, and I had kind of an idea how to do the vocals lines, but I wasn't really fully sure, you know, of the melody and all that. I mean, that one we'd actually demoed with another singer. So I did have actually a relatively reasonable, you know, idea of where the direction could go. But then that's where what Rick said is absolutely true. I just showed Katon how we were doing it, and I go, look, take it from here and run with this ball. You know, it's like the quarterback throws the ball out to the tight end or the wide receiver or the running back, and he'll go and run, and he'll come up with some interesting, you know, variations of the same thing, and that's where the gold is, because he would take. I mean, he would kind of like not really be sure where to start, and I go, well, here's a starting point. Why don't you just take it and see what you can do with this and run with it, and that's when the magic would happen. So that happened a whole bunch of times, pretty much on every song. You know, we would do this procedure. At first, we weren't really sure how to do it, you know, and he was a little nervous. But then it didn't take too long for all the ice was broken and it was all easy, and we were just laughing and having a good time, and we were trying out stuff. And then he'd go back home and we'd all listen, and then he'd come back the next weekend and we would, like, you know, fine tune some parts that were good, but both of us would have some ideas on how to proceed with it, you know. And Tom was sitting there engineering, like we did most of the recording of the vocals at Tom's house. And so Tom would run he runs his studio, and I'd sit there and help Katon out with the lyrics, and, you know, just how to approach the song, and just watch as the magic comes out. And it was pretty cool.
I honestly think that Katon surprised himself at times too. I could feel it when I was there. I was like, wow, dude, that's really badass, because he's never sang like that before. He did a really good job, but we gave him free reign and just to be Katon, and I think he's happy with the finished product.
Sure.
Yeah. I realized he could, like, you know, kind of go in the direction of Bruce a little bit, Bruce Dickinson, you know, this sort of an approach, but he's still heavier with a lot of this kind of, you know, old school metal vibe.
Yeah.
But then he has elements of singing capabilities very similar in some ways to like what Bruce would do. So I just kind of kept thinking in that direction and helping him along with that, and then letting him run with it, you know.
Plus, he's got so much.
It was
experience.
awesome.
He's got a lot of experience with phrasing, and he's got a lot of experience in metal.
Yeah.
Period. So he knows what he's doing. He's a pro.
I mean, all of you guys, I mean, realistically have had a lot of experience doing this, and I think. Hey everybody, Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video, and if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.